Hello, chat. So you might notice we're back with our life, but it's a bit you might notice we have more options now. I bought the DLC today right before stream because Aiden Eden, you said that the ghost looked interesting. That you wanted to explore, and we have
library.
It has purpose. We're good with this.
Purpose.
All right, which one first?
Library.
Every year, the Sunset Bird Memorial Library held a summer reading program. Your moms and Lizzie were big fans of it. Mom and Mama because it encouraged reading, and Lizzie because she could win prize. Of fucking course that's why Lizzie's going. Good God, our sister's a fucking brat.
Yeah. I mean, who's surprised? Really?
No one.
Who is?
No one. Our parents, I'm sorry, but our parents don't seem to have a backbone.
They don't.
No. When it came to what you thought of having to read a bunch of books and then going to the library with a competitive Lizzie, you loved it, you didn't care, you hated it.
Library! Yippee! Yippee! Yippee!
You loved it. Each time it had been one of the highlights of your summer. And you'd never been shy about letting your parents know that. You and Lizzie went with Shiloh before, and this year you'd brought Cove too. Of course we did.
Obviously.
His dad had been all over the moon about Cove being included, that he'd driven all four of you. You had never been in Cove's dad's car before. I hate that words. I hate words. It seemed a lot shinier. It seemed a lot shinier than your mom's. After herding the group inside, Mr. Holding gave you all a wide wave with the arm that had a stingray on it. just say his fucking right arm. I had to do the I had to do the L thing. Oh god.
It's okay. I always have to do that too.
I suck at directions. Anyway, your turn.
Oh, that's right. I'm Cove's dad. Have fun, kids.
Say it again.
Have fun, kids. Stay inside of the librarians, you hear? I wish I could watch you in action, but your poor old dad has to finish up some work.
Good.
Loser. Imagine having a job. Though I'm sure that won't get in the way. Heck, I'd probably hold you kids back.
There's pointedly no reply from his son over what was likely meant to be as... What? Sorry, huh? There was pointedly no reply from his son over what was likely meant as only a joke. Cove's dad seemed to deflate a bit. Okay, my brain.
I'll swing around again when this shindig ends.
Shindig? The weird fucking word.
Yeah, you can go home now.
Damn! Cove fucking hell!
He hates his father, apparently.
Yeah, Jesus.
Aw, you don't have to throw me out the door.
Your sister, already in full competition mode, cut him off. For once, Cove looked grateful she was there.
We have to go find a table, Mr. Holden. You can talk to Cove after, when we win.
Jesus.
Okay. See you in about an hour. Have fun. Did I say that already? My advanced stage is really catching up to me now. Advanced? Advanced?
Sir!
Whoever says advanced age?
Sir, you're in your 30s or 20s, bro.
We're gonna assume 25 is when he had Cove. So, Cove is 8 currently. So that would mean if he's 25, 8 plus 5, that's 13, so...
I don't know.
Yeah, he's probably about 33?
Probably, I don't know. Anyway.
Who knows? Bye, Dad. Bye, son. I love having conversations with myself.
Yep. The four of you watched him shuffle out of the library, glancing over his shoulder at Cove more than once. Fuck me. Bye, Mr. Holden. Thank you for bringing us. Hello, Shiloh. I'm not a fan of him right now.
Thanks, Lizzie. I don't know what you're thanking me for. Are you copying Shiloh?
Oh my god, I want to slap you. Distracted Cove is already glancing around the gigantic library.
Sorry, I was trying to stream. I want to go explore.
What?
I said I want to go look around and see what's in here. But the quiz starts soon. That's why we came.
Why did this first sense of conflict? Shiloh's eyes darted between Lizzie and Cove.
Then you can do it without me, right? You don't need a bunch of people. Didn't your dad say to stay with the librarians?
You shouldn't go off somewhere by yourself. Cove leveled an unimpressed stare at both of them. Then his eyes met yours. What do
we should probably stay with Cove just so that way he's not alone.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can I just say, I did not mention this last time. Lizzie's dress, low key, I would like to have a dress like that. I like her dress.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's go with Cove.
Okay. You go over to Cove.
Let's make sure this boy stays safe.
Yes. You walked over to Cove, averting your eyes from Lizzie. I don't want to do a quiz in this game right now either way.
No, me neither. Seriously?
Cove looks surprised but happy at the same time. You talked about how much you'd enjoyed this side. What the fuck am I saying?
I don't know, but that's now 5.
Oh god. You talked about how much you enjoyed this on the ride over, so he probably hadn't been expecting you to side with him.
Ugh, fine. Let's go, Shiloh.
Okay. God, such a fucking little yes man. Jesus.
I know.
Fucking Tubbo. Her arms folded, your sister stormed off. Shiloh had to race to keep up with her.
She cares a lot about that.
Yeah, Lizzie gets really competitive.
I can tell. Since you've been here a lot before, we could play hide and seek.
Hide and seek? Not exploring?
Yep. If I'm searching for you and you're searching for me, we'll really have to look at everything. That seems like a piss poor idea.
Yeah, but he sort of has a point, but it's also sort of a shit point, so. You weren't entirely sure how effective that would be, but couldn't say he was totally wrong.
I'll hide first.
Decision made. Cove took over. Decision made. Cove took off toward the back of the library. You had already agreed to play with him instead, so you covered your face and waited for 10 seconds. When you looked up again, he was nowhere to be seen. You glanced over toward the way he went. Cove hadn't had much time to hide, but he was already invisible. I bet you he'll fucking stick out a lot with the fucking... with his...
Steel hair.
Yeah. Fucking... God. The place you decided to check was...
Beside the fairy tale display. He would be there. Hello, dog.
Dog. Beside the fairy tale display. Near the older kids section, there was a display with a bunch of fancy-looking books. They were old copies of old stories. Leaning over a Hans Christian Andersen section, hand resting on the glass above where the Little Mermaid and Thumbelina books were, you peered into a tiny corner. And there was Cove, seemingly lost in thought.
Knew it.
Boo!
Ah! I didn't think you'd find me so fast. Nice one.
This is the first place I looked. Pouting, he dusted off his pants.
Really?
Really, really?
Your turn now. I'm gonna cover my eyes and count to 10. I promise I won't peek. He's gonna peek.
Probably. While Cove had his eyes securely behind the palms of his hands, he went to go hide.
Let's go near the toddler books. He probably will suspect the fantasy section. But no.
Cove would never look by the toddler's books, he thought. But it was a hard place to hide in. By the time you'd committed, you realized you stuck out like a Thor song. Ah, damn it. I said a store.
You said Thor sum, so
that's a skirt.
Number 8.
It took Cove almost no time at all to find you. God damn it. The two of you stared at each other past a horde of stressed moms. Fussy kids. The library is not a good place to be doing this. Fucking hell.
You're just standing there.
I thought there was a better hiding place in this section.
It does look bigger than it is, huh?
Yeah, an optical illusion. Looking at the building block chairs and the childproof edges, Cove shrugged.
It's my turn again. Start counting so I can go pick a spot.
Okay. Cove wrote it off before you even had a chance to fully close your eyes. Well, we're gonna know where it's going then, potentially. 1 Mississippi. When the time was up, he was long gone again. There were still a lot of good places to hide, so you figured he was
in all the old Christmas stuff.
The library had left all of their Christmas things out, tucked away in a corner for months. I hate that. Don't know why, but yeah, I hate that. It was the perfect place to hide. And sure enough, as soon as you crouched down and peered behind the fuzzy green man with the word Grinch above his head, there Cove was.
That was so fast. Me and Mr. Grinch were just getting settled.
You looked at the gigantic frowning doll. It seemed to be scowling at you, the way it did at everybody, all the time. All the littler kids are scared of him. So Shiloh.
I'm not surprised. I don't think. He is a little funny looking.
Jesus.
Let's keep playing. I can still win. No, you can't, buddy.
Yeah, with your fucking hair? Buddy, He put his hands over his eyes before you could run off again. A librarian approached the two of you. Oh, God. Into this for me.
I can.
Okay. Actually, hold on. Let me check. I saw what you put in quotes. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4. Yeah. If you do the librarian, it even us out for now.
Excuse me.
You're good.
Ah, kids, I've been looking for you. I'm gonna regret choosing that voice, aren't I?
Oh God. You can change it.
We'll see.
Unless you want to commit to that.
I'm gonna commit to it. You know what? I'm gonna commit to it.
You sound like an old grandma.
Yeah, that's the point.
Yeah. Cove peeked behind his fingers at the stranger.
Us?
Oh, sir, you look so fucking scared. Sir?
You must be Cove. Your dad told me he was waiting by the entrance.
How long have we been playing?
No.
What?
Wait, maybe?
There's no fucking way.
Considering name said Cove, but then there's also I don't know.
What?
There's a possible chance of kidnapping.
Oh God! Oh God! Oh God! Oh.
And the only way that this librarian knows the name is listening. What the hell just happened? Sorry.
Your
My
brain
stopped
glitched.
working.
There's a glitch in the Matrix.
Yeah, I'm actually not real. Sorry to tell you this.
You're an AI I created.
Yeah. No, but overheard the name, but maybe it is Cliff. Who knows?
Let's fucking hope it is.
If it's not, we're kind of screwed.
Yeah. Cove blinked, mouth opening like he was going to say something, then glanced down at his pink cast. Why? It was a pretty clear giveaway. Okay.
Sure.
Is my sister Lizzie with him? She's taller than us and has orange hair.
You're Charlie, right?
You nodded.
Whew. I found both of you at once. That's right. She's with him. And the little guy with freckles. Okay, so maybe this librarian is actually
Okay. Thank God.
Come on. Let's go get you reunited so we can close up for the night.
Damn! There's no way. There's no way we've been fucking playing for that long. There's no fucking way. Like, I understand the whole fucking saying, time flies when you're having fun, but I don't think it would fly that fast. There's no fucking... Well, true. There's no fucking
Maybe there were
no.
more games.
Maybe. Oh, the quiz
Lizzie looks
short.
pissed.
Yeah, she does. She looks very pissed. Shiloh looks like he's about to pass the fuck out or fall asleep.
Really? No, he looks disappointed.
Yeah. Ready to go home, you and Co followed him up front where the ragtag group of... It's a him? Okay. Okay.
Oh.
I don't...
Well, he has a grandma voice now. Womp.
We're probably not gonna see him again, so...
Yeah, exactly. I will probably use that voice again, though, just for the sillies.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. It's fucking funny. With a ragtag group of family members and Shiloh, we're all waiting.
There you are!
Okay, Mom. Jesus. She was pouting. You could tell from all the way across the room, and it was much more... What the fuck? And it was
only that much more obvious.
Yeah, as you got closer. Fucking hell.
Alright, we've reached double digits. Great.
Already. Yay.
Did you win?
We came in second. I swear to God, if we get past 109, I'm gonna scream. I hope we don't. I really hope we don't.
Hey, gang. I thought you'd have been with them the whole time. Sorry, let me restart that. Hey, gang. I thought you'd have been with them the whole time, Cove.
You're good.
I'm glad you didn't just go off by yourself, at least.
Cove glanced over at you and then back up at his dad.
Me too.
I'm gonna kill something, I swear. A broad smile.
No, you're not.
Why?
'Cause that would be bad.
A broad smile spread over Mr. Holden's face.
Even so, next time you should... Cove? Cove?
Oh? Oh, God. Fucking hell, man. Cove's dad glanced around, slightly frantic, but Cove, just like always, had snuck off without thinking to say anything.
He's leaving! Cove's trying to be the first one to the car!
Well, at least he's not back in the library.
Ugh.
With a sudden burst of speed, Lizzie darted for the exit, still in Victor-to-be mode, even for something like a race to ride in the front seat. There was nothing else for the three of you to do except head after them, pretending the librarians hadn't noticed all the commotion. Though Lizzie had been victorious in claiming a window seat in the car, you could tell by her crossed arms and the occasional pout that she had still not forgiven your betrayal. I was about to say, is she mad about getting a fucking window seat? What the hell?
Damn.
Fucking pissy child. Jesus. Cove had not been happy that she had shot past him at the last second and that he had to sit in the middle between you and Shiloh. He looks even creepier in the dark. I don't like it.
I know. Did you say you came in second place? That's some good going. No, it's not.
Good going. That doesn't... Okay, no, now that I say it aloud, it's... Okay. She levied?
Let me
Is that a word?
Levied.
I don't feel like that's a word.
Levied. Impose.
Okay.
It's to impose apparently.
Okay, I need to check. I'm getting notifications from...
Or let me see.
This thing.
To impose or collect as a tax or fine with authority.
Okay. She levied over... God. She levied another glare at you over her shoulders.
Sure. Striving to improve is good, too.
She's pissed at us.
That makes Charlie the winner in your family.
Someone's gotta be. God damn, Charlie!
You know what? Charlie deserved.
Yeah.
You get it. What? Charlie kept finding me in our game. I lost.
He looked mad.
I could have done better if we had more time. Hide and seek with just you two? That doesn't even count as winning. Why not? It's not special. There's no judges or prizes.
Jesus. You eyed the seed that she'd fought so hard to win. That wasn't much of a prize either.
Dad. Yes?
You could see in Cove's dad's eyes in the rearview mirror, suddenly attentive at his son's goal.
We need a prize. Oh, as a matter of fact...
Mr. Holden focused intently on the road ahead as though a suitable reward to please Cove might appear before him.
Right. The big thing on the flyer for this was the chance to get a free pizza coupon, wasn't it?
Ooh.
How about I call up a takeout place and we can have pizza at home for dinner?
She huffed, pulling her arms closer to her chest.
Is Mom even gonna let you take a pizza from Mr. Holden? We'll see. I'll ask her. I'll talk to all of your moms about this.
You whooped. Thanks, Mr. Holden.
Yeah, thanks, Dad.
Well, now you're fucking happy. Okay, it's her.
You're welcome. I do what I can. But you really should have stuck with the group. The quiz would have been fun. That was the plan when I dropped you off. We stayed together and didn't leave the library. I'm glad for that. I am. Well, there's a lot of trouble you can get into, even if you do have a buddy along for the ride. Just be careful next time. I worry about you, and I bet Charlie's parents wouldn't want them to run off unexpectedly either. Okay, son? Okay. That's my boy. Now, enough guff from your old dad. Let's decide what kind of toppings we're gonna get. Pepperoni! Sounds good. Anything else?
And the conversation continued from there with debates on what was best to put on a pizza for the rest of the drive. Mr. Holden wanted anchovies, and the other 3 kids in the car had to band together to explain how gross they were.
Anchovies?
That's disgusting. The way Cove's dad laughed up in the front seat made you wonder if he was doing it on purpose. You know what? Knowing Cliff, he probably was.
He probably was.
Still, the promise of pizza was appealing. I thought that said appalling for a second. Yes, the promise of pizza was appalling. No. Even if it did have to come with a mandatory side order of Cove? What? Okay. Okay. I don't understand that, but okay. It was a shame that you hadn't been able to do the quiz, but skipping it for just 1 year didn't hurt. It was worth it.
Yay!
Hey, that wasn't as long as I thought it was going to be. Okay, what now?
That's okay. I don't mind the long ones, because Loki, I want to get on the main story again.
Yeah. True, we could save this here and save it for another moment.
Maybe so.
Okay.
I feel like that's too much back and forth.
Yeah, a little bit. We could just do Ghost and then leave the other two for like a next episode.
Yeah. Let's go for a Ghost and then we'll do the other 3 next week.
Okay. The night was incredibly still. You really couldn't ignore how silent it was. It was almost eerie. You could even hear Lizzie snoring from the next room over. It was hard to believe how much of a blur today was. Summer sure did slip right past you. You flicked through the moments like pages in a scrapbook as you laid in bed. You thought a lot about what adventures you could have tomorrow until sleep started to catch up with you. Then you heard something scrape against the window. It wasn't that uncommon for the wind to push a tree branch against the glass. Summer breezes were always the worst sometimes. Were the worst sometimes. But the more you tried to ignore it, the louder it seemed like it became. It was something trying to get your attention. You lifted your head off the pillow to get a better look. Nothing was there, nothing you could see, at least.
Ooh, we have an option? I feel like our character is pretty curious about things, so let's investigate this thing.
Yep. You had to investigate the mysterious sound. It's too creepy to ignore. You practically jumped out of bed and crept down the stairs to go outside. Your mom's still awake. They stayed up so late, it seemed. Luckily, they were watching TV and didn't hear the soft click of the front door opening as you slid past. Shouldn't they... I don't know. Okay, you know what? I'm not gonna question it. I don't know where the front door is either way. You looked around the neighborhood for a few seconds, checking over each individual house. It looked normal, but it didn't feel that way. You know you weren't supposed to be out here right now. I feel like if we go back inside, we're gonna get caught.
Yeah. It's scary though. Look, it's scary. It's scary.
God.
Scary. Spooky, scary skeleton. Okay, I'm gonna shut up now.
You didn't know what had come over you. If something bad happened, no one would know where you had gone, and the thought of that made your stomach tighten in fear. The ease with which you had slipped out only served to make you feel worse. Your moms didn't need to be vigilant because they had trusted you not to do exactly what you were doing, of course. Hi! Cove? What the fuck are you doing, sir?
Charlie. He's wearing a little sweater. Yeah. In summer? I guess it gets that cold.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, summer did just end, but like...
Yeah, but
there's no way it got that cold that quickly. There's no way.
Yeah, because that looks heavy.
Yeah. You twitched... You twitched at the sudden call, immediately calming down upon seeing Cove walking up to you. It was strange, and yet also completely normal to have him appear like this right now. Of course.
What are you doing? I saw you standing around in the middle of the street from the window.
You weren't sleeping either? Why not? Cove turned up his lips in a smile, almost as if he were amused by the question.
Because. Because what?
Genuinely, I hate shit like that. It's fucking annoying.
Real.
Because what?
Because I wasn't.
Oh my god. His tone was irritated now. That wasn't really fair, since he hadn't given you a proper answer the first time, or the second, for that matter.
Why aren't you sleeping? You weren't even in your house.
Tempting as it was to turn his technique back on him, you decided to lead by example and show him what a real answer looked like. It was a strange noise coming from outside. I came to check it out. Good God.
You heard it too? Watch it be like a cat or something.
Probably. I thought it was him because you'll see what he does here in a second, and I'm giving you a hint right there. Yeah, it's really weird. Like, it's not bad weird, but like it's still fucking weird for someone our age in the next step to be doing this. Cove hesitated for a moment, looking down at the street before his aquamarine eyes fell on you again.
Did it scare you? Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I was kind of wondering if it was the wind, but what if it's not? What if it's a person? What if it's something that's not a person?
The unsettling noise suddenly rushed through the air. You and Cove flinched.
Sounds even worse than before.
Because you're not inside and blocked by glass, sir. You were about to agree with him when the noise came yet again, tearing through the still night. How much you want to bet it's just a whistle in the wind?
That would be funny as
It would be. The two of you rapidly looked around, trying to find the source, but to no avail. There was no sign of an answer to this puzzle. You thought that...
There's gotta be a regular reason for it, right?
Yeah. There's gotta be a regular reason for it. You didn't believe in monsters or anything like that. Whatever was making the noise, it was something real. It's the fucking wind. Though, that didn't stop you from being scared. Lots of things that really existed were frightening, dangerous.
Real. There's only one way to find out.
Hey, can you tell where it's coming from?
Not really.
Then we'll have to look more, somewhere else. Maybe we'll see something.
Okay, let's go.
The two of you walked along the familiar streets of your neighborhood, sharing the sidewalk and the small amount of courage you had between each other. Shadows cut corners and angles where you didn't expect them, distorting the features you saw every day. The noise came again, shrill and hard. It set your teeth on edge. The way it ground its way through you, Cove's throat bobbed, his eyes glistening in the dim light. Okay.
Let's take a deep breath to calm ourselves. What an Amori reference.
I have not played that game. I still need to play that game.
Sorry, I really like Amori. I hyperfixated on that game for like 2 years.
I need to get it soon. I know that. You sucked in a lungful of the cool night air, letting it out slowly through your mouth. Your parents had mentioned that this was a good way. Fuck. Your parents had mentioned.
So that was like 3 times.
Yeah, your parents had mentioned that was that it was good for relaxing nerves. Oh my god, kill me now. There's no question.
So that's around 19?
Yeah, fuck me. There was no question that you were afraid of whatever the noise may be. But you didn't want that to stop you. But despite your fear, you had to be brave. Go shut his eyes and press his lips together.
It's you? Despite everything, it's still you? Where did you want to check?
We did hear it from our window, so I mean...
Yeah.
The hills behind my house would only be logical.
That's probably the best answer.
Mm-hmm.
Hills behind the house.
The hill's behind my house. You and Cove ascended the hill, lit only by the stars in the night sky. The wind ruffled?
Ruffled?
That's like the next word. That's closer than that, but okay. The wind rippled through the grass and ruffled your hair. Without the sun's light to translate that you were seeing, every bush in the distance looked like a creepy figure or towering monster. The noise was just as loud as it... the noise was just as loud here as it was in your neighborhood, with just a little indication behind the cause.
Alright, so we gotta keep going forward, right?
Yeah, definitely. Because it said a little indication, so potentially it's coming from there. You couldn't stop when you had already gone so far. You had to find out what was going on. The top of the hill was an excellent vantage point to survey the town from. Everything appeared normal. There was no out-of-place sight pinpointing the answer to this mystery. Without visible markers to guide your way, you suppose it was up to you and Cove to deduce the source of the sound. God, I cannot fucking read. The hill had many great hiding places, and you intended to check them all. You upturned rocks, peered up trees, and rummaged in the thick grass for anything that might bring some closure on all this. Despite your thorough searching, you turned up nothing amiss.
Honestly, I wish I'd stayed in bed.
Yeah.
I ordered my time.
Yeah. You wish you stayed in bed. Nothing good had come of this so far, and the only thing you could be grateful for was that at least nothing bad happened either. At least, not yet. Well, whatever the noise was, you were confident that you had established that it was not coming from down the hill. Once you were satisfied nothing out of the ordinary was to be found on the hill, you had to consider your next step.
Should we check the other places?
We could. I feel like the park's a bit far, though.
Yeah. Checking the beach would probably be safer.
Mm-hmm. Because
at the same time,
seems like it's just down the road, but I'm not sure.
At the same time, I would just like to say, this is a video game. Technically, we can do whatever we want with no consequences.
Yeah. Okay, fuck it. Beach. Then the park. The beach stretched out in front of you, nothing in sight along its sands, no matter which way you turned. Part of you had imagined the noise as some creature of the deep, washed up on the shore and calling for aid. That theory had been taken off the list for now. Still, you'd spent enough time off the shore what the fuck is my... Okay, good God. Still, you spent enough time on the shore, not off of it, Jesus Christ, to know that real finds often required a sharp eye and careful attention. The sound was no more than a whimper now. Emboldened, you kept your head high and walked along the sand.
Let's see if there's anything here.
Code began to comb the beach for clues. You followed suit. The angry wind sent grains of sand rolling across the beach like waves. You stayed clear of the water, which was rough and choppy tonight. And scoured the area for hints as to what might be happening. You were too wrapped up in your own search and imagining the possibilities behind the noise to pay attention to what Cove was up to. You occasionally glanced up to make sure he hadn't vanished. You saw a little white point jutting out amongst the sand. You bent down and brushed the grains away like the archaeologist on TV uncovering a conical shell. You ran your fingers over its bumps and curves, admiring the little shell. Holding it to your ear, you heard the usual waves. Though your find was undoubtedly special, it was unconnected to the mysterious noise. That was okay. That meant you could take it home safely and add it to your collection. As you contemplated your options, it occurred to you that you hadn't heard the noise for a while. Cove, I think it's gone. Cove perked up at this. You watched as you listened for the scary sound that had been the background noise to your adventure.
You're right.
You both stood awkwardly in the now silent night. Without the mysterious call to lead you, there was no reason to stay out any longer. The night was still as you walked home, with none of the usual background noises of the eerie whistle from before. You could hear every step you and Cove made like a cough in a movie theater. The two of you came to a halt outside your front door. Never before had it looked so ominous. Looks like they haven't called the cops, so I'm probably alright.
Do you sneak out a lot? I feel like Charlie wouldn't. Charlie's a goody two-shoes.
Yeah.
No. Thought so.
How'd you know?
I haven't seen you out of my window this late before.
That was fair, though it could have been possible you were just so good at sneaking that this was his first time he had caught you. Are you worried about getting caught?
No.
He was so forthright that you believed him completely. But your dad, won't he get mad or sad if he catches you?
He's never happy with what I do.
God,
Ouch.
You already sound like an angsty teenager. We're like 8.
My dad just doesn't understand me.
Good God. Oh.
Let's stay out of it.
Yeah, I don't want.
Let's change the subject.
I don't want to get into that.
Because we don't have time to
unpack all that. Huh. It wasn't your place to judge Cove's relationship with his dad. He knew a lot more about it than you did, obviously. That is his son, after all. Alright, I'm going in.
Okay, good night.
Good night. You turn the doorknobs as slowly as a clock's minute hand, holding your breath for the telltale click of the lock, and then nudged it open. With all that had happened... When all that happened was the door opening, rather than blaring alarms that you'd feared, you melted with relief. Back inside your house, you were surprised to find your mom still watching TV. Weirder still, it looked like they were on the same show as they were watching before you left, yet you were positive you had been out investigating for hours. Perhaps you could use their distraction to your advantage. If you could just get up the stairs, you'd be safe from suspicion. But how could you get there?
See, the only issue, you tried to sneak past. Unfortunately, that sounds like it's setting us up for failure. Let's just walk in nonchalantly.
You decided to walk in your house nonchalantly.
Yeah.
No. Sometimes the best thing you can do is hide in plain sight. You strode across the room in the direction of the staircase. Charlie. Your moms knew you were up, but they had no idea why. They abandoned the couch in their show to hurry over. They were still in a state of surprise you weren't told yet.
What are you doing down here, sweetie? Did you have a bad dream?
Like you said, goody two-shoes, so...
Yeah.
I went to find out what was causing a noise. Time seemed to drag as the color drained from your mom's faces. Out where? Out of your bedroom? That's what you mean, right? You pointed to the front door, confirming their worst fears. Mama remained frozen in shock while Mom launched into lecturing mode. Oh God. Charlie Lark, it is not safe to be out at this time of night by yourself. If something was wrong, you should have come to us. I thought you knew better than that. I trusted you to know better than that. Anything could have happened to you.
If we don't know where you are, it's a lot harder to keep you safe. Keep you safe by the crane wives?
Her voice was soft, yet it still cut deep. You pawed at the ground with your feet. What they were saying made sense. It was scary. I don't like being scared. I just wanted to see what was there.
Honey.
Mama wrapped her arms around you, cradling the back of your head. You clung to her. You're brave for facing your fears, but you need to be smart, too. It was scary because it possibly could have been something dangerous, right? That kind of worry is something you should tell us about. Okay. Mom shook her head with a sigh.
Let's get you back in bed where you belong.
Right, and we'll talk about this in the morning. You pulled a face at that, but didn't protest. All things considered, they could have been much harder on you. Once your mom had left, you turned over the night's adventure in your mind. It was still hard to believe that you'd really done it. Sure, you were going to get a talking to tomorrow, but it had been a night that you'd never forget, for better and worse. You wondered how Cove's dad had handled the situation. Cove hadn't been all scared about... What? Cove hadn't been at all scared about his dad's reaction. Wriggling down deeper underneath the sheets, your thoughts turned to what the noise could have been. Nothing had been solved tonight, but that wasn't so bad. There were a lot of mysteries in this world. Your thoughts morphed into dreams, carrying you to more and more outlandish visions of what might lay behind the strange sounds. In the morning, the lecture continued, but ultimately your mom's let you off with a warning. It had been pretty unusual circumstances, after all. You later learned that Cove didn't end up in trouble for the nightly escapade, either. It was unclear whether that was because his dad chose not to punish him, or if Cove got away with it. As for the sounds that started this all, the adults around were convinced it was nothing more than the wind. For your imaginative mind, that wasn't nearly enough. How could they accept something so simple so easily? Maybe it made a lot more... Maybe it'd make a lot more sense when you're grown up, too. And then the rest of these we can continue another time.
Next time. Yay! We'll put it in an let's put it in an empty slot so that way...
I'm gonna go to 2, just so it's out of the way.
Yeah, good idea.
Oh, okay, no, I about saved it. I about loaded nothing. Okay.
Help?
Jesus. You spotted Mom first, reclining on the couch. She held a magazine in her hands, which she was perusing through. Okay, my brain. Good morning, Mom. God! Fuck me. Morning, Mom. She looked up at your greeting, a smile instantly appearing on her face. Good morning.
Oh, she looks older.
Yeah.
Aww.
Huh. Still looks like a fucking psycho, though.
That will never change. I don't know what you expect me to.
Oh, no. Good morning, Charlie. Thank you for coming down. Ma's at the door. Oh, thank God the name changes. I forgot that it did. Still, see? Fucking psycho. Still. Ma's at the door with Cove. He can't stay over today, unfortunately. Why don't you go and thank him before he leaves? You nodded and made your way to the front of the house. Just as she said, Ma was there making conversation. She must have heard you because she looked over her shoulder.
Look who finally made it. Morning, sleepyhead.
Ma reached forward and you knew she was about to pat you on the head. She was taller than average for an adult woman, so at your height you were absolutely tiny in her eyes.
Honestly, I don't mind head pats.
I won't either, but because
it depends on who does it. Who does it.
No, exactly. Because with how short I am, considering, as I said last episode, King calls me a hobbit, not a habit. Okay, a hobbit. He will ruffle my hair. You pushed her hand back and laughed. Ma could be ridiculous. Bleh. Ma could be so ridiculous, you thought, but that was okay. Jesus. How many is that now?
28.
Jesus.
Ah, you're the last one down today. You know that?
We have been streaming for 1 hour and 11 minutes. It feels like it's been a lot longer. We gonna at least attempt to go to 4 hours again?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. Yeah, that is perfectly fine by me. I know we're a little bit older now, so
Middle.
I was gonna say the sassy remarks are at least in
Sassy.
character now.
Yes. No, I love being sassy, so.
I will be if I feel like it, but it's not necessarily in my character to be sassy unless I'm in a bad mood.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to stay in longer, so you're welcome.
Yes, thank you for gracing us all with your presence this fine day.
Good God. With a small laugh, Ma stepped aside. Cove was just as you remembered, exactly how you'd come to know him to be.
Oh, look at
the fruit thing! The fruit thing!
Oh!
I love this fruit thing.
I want one of those.
I know, because I'm pretty sure these little red balls are watermelon. I don't think you understand how fucking obsessed I am with watermelon.
You and my friend Ella, oh my gosh. If I were to put you and Ella into a room, you would probably yap about watermelon for the entire time.
Maybe. I mean, from what I'm just hearing about this person, they seem chill. So, they're alright in my book. They're alright in my book. He leaned
Live, love, Ella.
Yes. He leaned uncomfortably to the side in your doorway, as his bushy hair covered part of his face. It doesn't cover the eyebrows still. His features were pinched in embarrassment, and he shifted from one foot to another. He was holding what must be the much talked about gift. At first glance, you figured it must be a bouquet of flowers. Then you gave it a real look. No, instead it was carefully cut fruit. So I'm thinking grapes, pineapple, and watermelon? That seems like a weird combination, but okay.
Well, I mean, it's very tropical, I feel.
True.
Because, like, pineapple, watermelon, even grapes. And even then, that could also be maybe melon. Or they could be two different types of grapes.
Honeydew.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's mentioned. I don't know what the green is, though. The other green.
It's probably the watermelon rinds.
Those are hard, but they are edible. I think.
They are, but it's probably likely that you're not supposed to eat them and they're more to look decorative.
Probably. It made a lot of sense that this was actually from Cove's dad. He had to suppress a laugh at the showing. You couldn't imagine many folks buying the sort of thing for their own personal enjoyment. I would buy that for my personal fucking enjoyment. That's fucking amazing.
Me too.
Dude.
Maybe I'd learn how to make it myself, just simply because it might be expensive.
Yeah. That's true.
And I have decent enough knife skills.
I don't. I'd have to probably get some cookie cutters. But pineapples and, like, watermelon, they're easy enough to cut. Honeydew is really easy to cut. So.
Yeah.
It mentions earlier what it is. WinZip, get the hell off my PC. I don't need to buy you. God. Jesus. That kind of arrangement was built for the presentation, likely to impress whoever was inevitably going to receive it. It seemed no matter how long he had lived, Mr. Holden would keep going out of his way to be neighborly, and Cove would always be roped into participating. Cove smiled slightly at the sight of you. The sting of his goofy errand, he was clearly embarrassed to be uneased.
Hey, Charlie.
You earnestly grinned back. It wasn't weird at all, like it used to be when you were kids. As time passed, the two of you started to enjoy each other's company. Now you actually considered him a good friend, and not someone you were forced to be around by your families. Fuck. Hey, it's really nice to see you.
Yeah, you too. Oh, he looks so happy.
Oh, baby. And you were certain he meant that agreement. It was already shaping out to be another long summer with plenty of time for the two of you to have fun together. His awkwardness over the task started to creep back in, so Cove nudged the gift closer to you. He was ready to be relieved of it. And with that, the gift was accepted.
I hope you and your family like this. It's a pretty good gift. I think so, anyway.
He smiled earnestly. I mean, yeah, his eyebrows were mostly covered, so we're fine.
Dad spent a lot of time picking out the best size and design. There were so many options to choose from. The bottom one could bring us closer to, like, attempting to romance him.
Uh-huh.
Top one seems like the one Charlie would choose the most, but at the same time...
Yeah. I feel like... I mean, granted, we have spent more time with him. We know him better. But
yeah.
I don't really feel like we're ready for that step just yet.
Not just yet.
Not just yet.
We're gonna slow burn this.
Yeah. Thank you. Could you tell your dad we love the gift?
Yeah.
Mr. Holden's behavior really was different from any neighbor you'd ever had. Though after 5 years you were used to his antics, and you'd since made up your mind on what your opinion was. Oh,
He was great.
Yeah. Though there were some strange things people didn't like about Mr. Holden, you didn't mind them and liked him quite a bit. Your thoughts were pretty quickly interrupted by a shout.
There you are.
You shared a confused look with Cove. Both of you stepped through the open door onto the neighborhood street. It didn't take long to locate the sort. Oh, Derek.
Is this the other romance?
Yes, it is. And then there's another one further down the line.
So we're romancing Cove, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You spotted.
Great.
Yeah. You spotted Derek a few yards down the road. He ran up to you. We haven't seen Derek yet.
Crazy. We'll say confused.
Yeah. We know of him, but you and I personally have not seen him just yet in this storyline.
Because this is part of the DLC, right?
I believe so. I'm not sure.
Okay.
Not entirely sure. I think he appears here, but I could be wrong. You hadn't expected to see Derek today, though you never really knew when he'd appear. I assume he's visiting for the summer. Yep, this is Derek.
He looks like a Derek.
He does. After stopping a couple steps away, Derek hunched over to catch his breath. And he looked up with a wide grin.
This is a very interesting greeting.
Yeah.
Hey, pal.
Okay, dude.
I was just at your house, Cove, but no one was there.
I was just in your cove.
See, the thing about Derek, he looks really young.
Yeah.
He looks 10 at max.
Yeah. He probably is a bit younger.
If we're 13, he might be 11 or 12, but
he could also just be short for his age, like we are.
He could.
Like
but
Charlie
the thing is his face shape and his eye shape are very childish like. So
yeah.
That's the only thing that's throwing me off. Should have figured you'd be at Charlie's place. Do you ever spend time in your own home, or are you always just there?
Derek laughed at his own joke. He either didn't notice that it embarrassed Cove, or the embarrassment was what he was actually laughing at. Derek turned to you. He was going to say more than when his eyes widened and he gasped.
What's that?
You followed his gaze, unsure, then you realized what he meant. You were still holding Mr. Holden's gift. It's kind of like a bouquet of flowers, but made out of fruit.
Nice. Can I have some?
Sir?
It's a gift for my family.
I am not keen on sharing my food. I won't even share my food with family. Like,
Yeah.
there are very few people I would share food with, ever.
I share food pretty easily with people, but if it's something like gifted to me, then it's way more difficult for me to share with others.
It's a gift from my family. I can't give it to you. Derek pouted at your words, Derek pouted at your words, not hiding his disappointment.
Oh, okay.
Then he nodded his head as if to clear it.
Cove does not look happy.
No. He looks scared. Or just weird. I don't know. I don't know what that face is.
Anyway, that's right. I came here because I needed to say something big. Which is...
Sure, bud. He paused, possibly for effect.
There's some other kid here in Sunset Bird.
Oh, wait. Oh, I think I remember this.
Uh-oh.
Oh, God.
Is this gonna be a bitch-ass guy, or...
Maybe. If I'm remembering the certain thing that I am, which I think I am, because the other person does not come in this early in the story. I know that for a fact. I think. Probably. Cove was...
Oh, great.
Yep. Cove was as surprised as you were by the news. Such a reaction made sense. No one around your age had moved here since Cove did 5 years ago.
Hold on. Were they with their family? Maybe they were cutting through. Nuh-uh. The new kid was all by himself, just walking.
Oh, God. Yep, it is. Okay. Did you talk to him?
Nope. I came to report the sighting right away.
Okay.
The kid had green hair, glasses, was pretty small, and seemed really upset about something. I hope he didn't leave.
Yep, it's... Okay, he's a bitch. I'll tell you that right now.
Great! That's...
Yeah. Yeah. You blinked, slowly looked over at your longtime neighbor. That sounds a lot like you, Cove, when you first got here anyway.
It kinda does, doesn't it? That's weird.
He sounded almost fond, a small smile playing at his lips.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
What?
Green hair. Glasses. Wandering around. Is this gonna be Cove's brother?
No.
Oh.
As far as I know, he does not have any siblings.
Okay. Well, I thought maybe it was, like, half-sibling.
No,
considering parents.
I don't believe so. Derek snickered good-naturedly.
I can see that really well, now that you say so. But what do you say? Let's go find Cove's look-alike. We should all meet him. I'll do it.
Sure, I want to see who this person is. Derek grinned and he pointed down the street the way he came.
I saw him.
I'm getting ahead of myself. Too much.
Last I saw him, the mystery visitor was going this direction.
Nothing else needed to be said. 3 of you are off with Derek leading the way. I feel like if we still have the gift, we should leave it in the fucking house.
We probably should, yeah.
Yeah, because I don't think we ever put it up. Which is sort of bad. But didn't give us an option, so. Derek brought you down to the beach, and as a trio, you made your way down the shore to the old playground. You walked the familiar path in a comfortable silence. Yup. Yeah, okay. Fucking hell.
Okay, so when you say he's a bitch, are we talking, like, Lizzie when she was younger bitch? Or are we talking Are we talking like Bakugo kind of bitch?
I'd say Bakugo kind of bitch, but then again, my memory could be serving me wrong.
Okay.
So I wouldn't take I wouldn't take my word for it, but
Okay.
I'll go ahead and voice the kid because you're already doing 6 characters, and I would like to just keep this even if we can.
Yes, please. Please.
All right. When you were almost there, you spotted the kid in question. His bright colors almost shone like a beacon beneath the rays of the sun. He scuffled around, kicking the sand as he paced. It was true. He had certainly seemed upset, but you didn't think he was sad like you had originally pictured. No, with his erratic movements and scrunched up expression, he came off angry. You started to have doubts about this expedition. Maybe it'd be better if you left him alone and let him sort himself out. Derek didn't feel the same. He waved wildly, calling out to the boy.
Hey, guy, over here!
What is with the weird greetings, Derek?
I have no idea. Oh, he's got a fucking bowl cut?
No, not a bowl cut.
Cut?
Fucking hell. The kid whipped around what the fuck am I saying? An impressive scowl carving deeper onto his face. His eyes were tired, but a strong hostile energy still radiated from... What was that?
Uh-huh.
Hmm?
Huh?
You said
that was...
Oh.
Counter. I'm checking the counter.
Okay. What is it? What do you want? Yeah, okay, no, that's Bakugo for sure. Fucking hell. The sharp tone made Derek flinch. He shifted on his feet.
He looks cuckoo crazy.
He does. He does. I think it's the bowl cut in the way his eyes are fucking shaped.
Yeah.
That shirt is ugly as hell though.
It is. What's your name?
Jeremy. Was that it?
Jeremy?
Jeremy here?
No. I'm Derek. That's Charlie and Cove. We were just walking around and saw you. We wanted to say hi.
Jeremy here. Welcome to your squiff.
What the hell?
I have to make a Be More Show reference with a name like that.
Oh boy.
There aren't a lot of kids our age in this in the neighborhood.
Yeah, so, it's cool to see someone else here.
Derek, you were too optimistic about this. I'm sorry, sir. Strangely, Jeremy grew furious by your response. If steam could erupt from a person's ears, it would have happened then. They did bring me somewhere stupid. Of course, I knew it.
Huh? What?
My parents. They're the ones who brought me. I didn't walk to this town. Can you not figure that out on your own? Jesus.
Right. My dad brings me to Sunset Bird, too, when he has to come for work and all that stuff. It's not bad.
That earned him a glare from Jeremy. Derek winced beneath it, glancing away. It was a struggle to remain friendly with this Jeremy guy.
I mean, I wouldn't want to come here for a real vacation. Ollie, either.
Don't suck up to him, Derek. He's a bitch.
Cove looks so unamused. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. He looks
1, unamused, 2, silently judging this kid, and 3, like he sees himself in Jeremy, but in a bad way.
Yeah. That's an understatement. This does not count as a vacation. It's a waste of time. A chore. My parents' family is nearby, and we just had to come see them. Ugh.
If they're your parents' family, doesn't that make them your family too?
I guess.
That's a pretty good reason to come by. Did you want to go somewhere else?
No. Jeremy crossed his arms with a huff. He turned away. They should have gone.
Wanted to stay home. Okay.
Yeah. They should have gone by myself, since they cared so much and left me home. But I'm not allowed to be by myself. She's Eden.
Hey.
Hey. Jeez. It makes no sense. They're the ones who don't know how to do anything, and I'm the kid.
Okay, buddy.
Buddy.
Okay. Let's back it up.
Okay. Oh God.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah.
That answer.
Who peed in your cereal this morning? Jeremy's lip curled as his face contorted from anger to horror. Why would you think of something like that? It's disgusting.
It's just an expression.
He took a deep breath you thought for one hopeful second that maybe he was calming himself down. He was not. So what? You're just putting it in people's heads? I don't want to have to think about it, and someone brainless might decide it's a good idea and actually do it. There's some real stupids out in this world, you know? You're all living proof of that. Okay, you fucking bitch.
Good. Hey! We're not stupid.
Oh God.
Shut up!
Shut up!
Get your goofy ass out of here!
Exactly. You first. You turned to Cove, lowering your voice. The two of you aren't that similar, after all. Jeremy must have had good hearing it, though, because he caught the private exchange and scoffed. Of course we're not similar. My eyebrows aren't stupid.
Okay, that's the only thing we can agree on.
Yeah. Good fucking God. Cove's cheeks flushed crimson at the insult. You weren't sure if it was out of embarrassment or anger. Maybe both.
Come on. How can you say that when you've got a bowl cut?
Yep. How can you say that when you've got a bowl cut? Yep, it's embarrassing and awful. But my parents made me. I won't have it. I won't have to have it when I'm older. I don't know what he's gonna do with those things, except maybe shave them off. He probably should. I bet he'd look less dumb with no eyebrows. I think he would look more dumb with no eyebrows. Like, I hate to say that, but
mouth.
Yeah. I'm surprised like no one's commented on the score though. That much I will say, that has surprised me. We could fucking fight him, but I feel like
I want to fight him. I want to fight him.
I'm gonna say this now. That
Let me at him.
That contradicts with our earlier statement that Charlie is goody two shoes. But you know what? He's a bitch. I'm gonna fight him. You lunge towards Jeremy.
Okay.
With your fist balled.
Listen.
Mm-hmm.
She may be a goody two shoes, but I see her as a fucking fighter when it comes to her friends.
Yeah.
You insult her friends, you insult her family.
That's fucking true as hell. With your fist balled, you made a quick step forward.
Oh.
I feel like the bottom one.
Yeah, if we're planning on fighting, we're gonna finish it through.
Yeah. He was the one who started things. You were ready to end them. He had made it clear that words wouldn't work, leaving you to resort to action. You weren't sure what would happen, but you couldn't let this stand. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Violence is the only universal language that fucking works.
Sadly.
Yep. Derek and Cove jumped in to stop you before you reached him. They each grabbed you by the arm. Still, Jeremy instinctively stumbled backwards. He practically fell over. If that's all you can do about what I'm saying, It's just proving I'm right. You're brainless. You were annoyed that the other two were against you on this and got in the way. Though the reaction you'd been able to get was still worth it.
Wow, what is wrong with you?
Exactly. Besides the fact that you have a fucking bowl cut and an ugly ass face. Instead of taking offense, Jeremy only parroted Derek's words in a nasally voice. I don't know how to do a nasally voice, but okay.
Just plug your nose. Plug your nose and talk. That's a nasally voice. So talking like this nasally.
Wow, what is
Like
wrong
that.
with you? This is dumb. Jeremy stuck out his tongue and skulked away, throwing more sand everywhere as he went. You watched him go, hunched over, until he became a speck in your vision. Silence reigned in his wake. The three of you tried to process what just happened.
Can't believe it. What a mean kid.
Derek wasn't kidding, and by the sounds of those earlier complaints, the new boy Jeremy was going to be in the area for at least a little while this summer. Because after this, I don't think we see him again. Derek sighed in dismay, flopping onto the ground. He followed, and Cove did shortly after, too. There wasn't much else to do.
Sucks. I was hoping we could meet someone fun. Hang out, maybe.
He shook his head. After a moment, he slowly turned to you with a hopeful expression.
But, you know what would really improve the day?
What?
If this guy brings up some fresh fruit.
Oh my god. He didn't respond.
We were about to fight that guy with the fruit?
Apparently. He didn't respond. Instead, he used a hand to point right at the fruit arrangement that you were still holding. Why the fuck do we take it with us? You'd completely forgotten about it during the mini-drama that unfolded. You had gotten used to the wait. Glancing over to Cove, you noticed he was eyeing the fruit. He must want some too.
After that.
Yeah. Why not? Let's see. Derek perked up instantly at your words. He reached out for a skewer, hesitating slightly once he was inches away.
Are you sure?
You nodded. With an eager grin, he plucked out a prime row of fruits. Cove grabbed one for himself. After him. Only you were without a skewer of your own.
Oh, they're strawberries.
Ugh.
Strawberries, grapes, and melons.
I do not like strawberries, not to mention my aunt is allergic to them.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we're not gonna choose strawberries.
I do not like them. My mother adores them, though.
I like strawberries, but they have to be, like, the good strawberries.
Mm-hmm. I'd say melon.
Honestly, melon's a safe choice. I like melon.
Because, if it's watermelon, melon was cut to look like a star. It was the obvious first choice. Derek ate a pineapple skewer enthusiastically, finishing it within moments.
This is amazing. It's no different than any normal fruit. It's kind of worse. These have been out in the open with their skins off for a while.
Ugh.
Sheesh.
Melon like
Sheesh
that
is right.
seems... Ugh.
Hey, what the heck? Hey, you two remember The Land Before Time? That fruit thing makes me think of it. The dinosaurs all liked the leaves that were shaped like stars.
That's what
Tree stars.
That's what it is, not...
Yeah, chomping leaves looked so delicious when they did it. Don't tell me you tried.
You probably did, knowing him.
And there was that scene with the pretty trees, and all the dinosaurs came in and picked everything off them till there was nothing. That's us right now. Awesome. I have never watched this movie, so you can decide on this.
I like this one.
Eating leaves looks good. Should
Should
I
I
worry
worry
about
about you? Eating leaves looks
No,
good.
that's
Should I worry about you? Should we be worried, Derek? He snickered.
Derek? No, I'm not gonna do it for real. But I did pretend I was a long neck when I ate broccoli one time.
We're friends with weird people. I'll say that right now.
We're a weird person.
Yeah.
If you really think about it, we're a weird person. We cannot be speaking.
Yeah, that's very true. The three of you continued like this for the next few minutes. Eventually, the display. Oh my god. The display was barren. It looked weird when devoid of fruit.
Hey, we weren't supposed to be.
Almost 2 hours.
Yay!
We can definitely go for 4, surely.
Oh yeah.
Alright. Hey, we weren't supposed to. Fuck! You cursed me! Eden!
Loser!
Hey, we weren't supposed to eat all of it.
Oops. Really?
You couldn't stop yourself from sighing at the boys. You just wanted to eat some and have a nice time. Now you were probably going to get in trouble. You could only accept it though. Yeah, they don't want it barfed up, obviously.
Hey, Charlie.
Yeah? The two of you met eyes casually.
Were you seriously gonna hit that guy?
Well, he had it coming.
Charlie, that's so bad. I thought he was cool. Okay, buddy. Okay. Okay.
You impressed him there, though. I will admit that.
What? You're both crazy people.
You knew when Derek said things like that, he wasn't serious. He liked you and Cove.
Yeah.
Derek then leaned back on his arms. He contemplated the sky with a content sigh.
So, are you both ready for summer break?
I'd say yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool on you. I wish I could say the same. Feels like there's a lot to plan for. And what about you, Cove? Are you ready? I think that depends.
Before you could say anything else, the light atmosphere was shattered. Oh, hey,
no.
Lizzie.
Hey, Charlie.
You glanced over your shoulder to see your sister. She strode closer and closer, appearing none too pleased.
I've been looking for you. Ma said you and Cove ran off with the thing Mr. Holden bought for us.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Here we go.
Fuck. She leered over you with arms folded.
So, where is it?
About that.
About that.
It's gone.
What do you mean, gone?
You moved over to the side to face her completely. She zeroed in on the bouquet in your hands, which was now populated exclusively with skewers dripping in juice and tiny flecks of leftover fruit pieces. Her mouth dropped open and the tone of her voice rose.
Seriously, Charlie? What were you thinking? It was supposed to be for all of us at home.
She glanced at Cove, who sat beside you, and continued, mockingly.
Even if you did have an in with the delivery boy, this was up to Mr. Holden.
Ma'am! Ma'am! Fuck you! Cove gave you a bent smile of support, which didn't help disprove her accusation. Oh.
We were hungry?
We were hungry? Elizabeth narrowed her eyes. Not at all okay with that kind of response.
Uh-oh. Oh no. I think I hear the mean kid coming back. We better get out of here.
Elizabeth blinked, confused, and looked around.
What kid? I don't see anyone.
Derek, you idiot! Derek didn't bother explaining. He just launched to his feet and ran off. Don't leave us here, you dick! Fucking hell. Cove hopped at the opportunity. What the fuck am I saying? Cove hopped up too, gladly taking the opportunity to exit the situation. He followed after Derek, but he sent you a look from over his shoulder. You turned to watch Elizabeth. She stared back, brow raised.
Let's run! I think that would be a good time to just skedaddle on out of here.
Yep. Without a word, you two got to your feet and bolted down the beach. Unimpressed, Elizabeth rolled her eyes.
You're so immature.
She shook her head as she walked towards the house, not bothering whatsoever to follow. Meanwhile, the three of you made it back to the shoreline. I don't know why I keep making sucking breaths. Stop that. Derek pumped his fist, grinning in triumph. We escaped. Oh. Again, I'm getting fucking ahead of myself.
We escaped and shall live to see another day. My moms are gonna be so
mad when Elizabeth tells the story. Oh well. You chuckled together, walking further down the beach side by side. You definitely wanted to stay outside a little while longer. You had gotten a bit of scolding from your moms for not saving any of Mr. Holden's gift for Elizabeth, but you didn't get any real punishment for it. Thank God.
Yay!
Thank God Lizzie decided to not be a bitch and lie about the whole situation.
She's probably gotten to be a little bit more mature.
Let's hope so. More mature than us, at least. We just proved that point. Instead, while you were out with the boys, Elizabeth returned home to share the news. The three of them went to get dessert on their own. Yeah, that's fair. It was declared even by your parents when everyone got back and the event was settled. After that, Derek had rejoined you in the living room. He elected to stay outside for extra time so that you could face the potential scolding from your family without him witnessing the embarrassment. Derek was a guy you could count on. The dust had settled from the prior events, and your moms went back to their room, so Derek was taking it easy until his dad arrived. Mr. Suarez was meant to be there any minute to get Derek. Derek preferred not to sit, instead took long, lazy strides in a circle around the edge of the rug. Just like me, for real. I cannot sit still when I'm waiting for someone. Unless I have something to, make me engaged.
Yeah.
Hands behind his back and head angled towards the ceiling, Derek looked like he might have been puzzling out a crime. Probably made half a dozen rounds when a solid knock struck your front door. That stopped Derek in his tracks.
Dad's here.
The both of you stepped toward the door in unison. You arrived first since you had a half room head start. When you pushed it open only a crack, someone zoomed in past you. Right. He has two younger siblings. I'm not sure. Okay, brother. But I will admit they look like a girl. That's not a bad thing, though. I will admit that. The breakneck?
Breakneck.
Okay. Breakneck flash of a human was still entirely recognizable. It was Derek's littlest brother, Nicholas Suarez. He shouted triumphantly.
You can be this guy simply because I'm Derek.
Okay. Derek, we're here. He was only 6, the tiniest kid around. Hot in his heels came the middle son, Suarez's son. Is it George or Jorge?
Jorge.
Okay.
Considering the name is, the last name is, more Spanish sounding, it's very likely that it's, Jorge.
Didn't do him.
Nicholas, we have to stay in the car. We're going home. We're not here to play.
He was 10 and his patience was being tested. The youngest one frantically shook his head. It made his hair even messier than it already was. Nicholas's hair was as wild and free as he was. Hair clips in his parents' minivan could not contain the energy. Which hadn't been surprising, considering he loved cars enough to wear a shirt covered in them. But you knew Nicholas loved Derek even more. Staying right where he was inside your house, at his even older brother's side, Nicholas gave Derek a hug. My brain. I came to get you. Derek bent down to scoop Nicholas into his arms in a fond squeeze, though he kept his face tilted up to make eye contact with Jorge.
Hey, bros.
Oh!
Oh!
See, this is definitely DLC content, because we never got to see his younger brothers or his parents.
Oh, damn.
Ever. That is interesting. I like this. I like having the DLC now. Side by side,
I like
Mr.
parents' designs.
Yes. I mean, at least neither of them look psycho, and at least neither of them have bedroom eyes. That's an improvement from our parents. Side by side, Mr. and Mrs. Suarez trailed in. The resemblance between the parents and their children was clear. It very much so is. Derek and Jorge, I about called him George again, Jesus, were a spitting image of their father. Jorge was even sometimes called Junior, while Nicholas was a mama's boy.
You can be Mr. Suarez.
Okay. A good evening, Charlie.
Hello. You'll have to forgive the three-ring circus visiting town. The boys just had to come. I don't know, she looks kind of psycho to me.
Does she? A little bit. I'm not one for children, so they seem pretty young, so that's definitely not my thing.
Yeah, not only that, but at the same time, like, also considering, like, we probably know Derek pretty well.
Mm-hmm.
We're probably, like, somewhat on good terms with his parents.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd probably say the second to first.
Mm-hmm. Don't worry about that. You're welcome here. The frown that had been stuck on Jorge's face finally eased up a little bit. Fuck. That was 3 now. I think.
Yep.
Oh, how kind. Oh. Wait. Yes.
Yeah, that's
Jesus.
That's you.
Oh, how kind.
But we can't stay. Thank you for letting Derek visit, and tell your mothers I said hello.
Okay.
Come on, boys. All 4 of you now. Let's give the Lark family their house back. Please!
Coming.
Yes, Mom.
Half of the group trotted forward with only a word. They went past God! Christ, bro. They went past Mrs. Suarez and out the door. She watched them go before surveying the situation with the most troublesome one. Nicholas was just bouncing around Derek as if he hadn't heard his parent. Derek and his mom looked on with identical expressions of exhaustion-tinged affection. When the opportunity opened up between hops, Derek carefully took a hold of Nicholas's small hand.
Let's go to the car, Nico. You can sit next to me.
Thrilled by the promise, Nicholas let out another cheer. Yeah, let's go to the car.
He looks so devious.
He does. What is that face? Child. Mrs. Suarez left it there, trusting her eldest, and went to join Mr. Suarez and Jorge. God. Nicholas gripped Derek's black wristband with his free hand, stretching it out in his eager attempt to lead his bigger brother along. Derek stumbled forward with a chuckle, mostly to protect his band from being pulled too far rather than Nicholas actually having the strength to move him. But he made sure not to forget you. Derek said his goodbye from over his shoulder.
Bye, pal. Good night.
Good night. After their prompt entrance and equally quick exit, the whole Suarez family was on their way home. You, however, didn't have anywhere to go. It was late enough that the rest of the day would be spent inside your own house. That was a while ago now. Later that night, you found yourself seated near the kitchen counter. Your fingers drummed on the surface as you waited, your gaze trained on the phone. You were waiting on a call tonight, specifically from your cousin Leandra?
Leandra.
You didn't want to miss it accidentally. Your uncle, aunt, and Lee used to live many hours away. Your families only saw each other a few times a year for big occasions. A while back now, they moved and were closer to you than ever before. You now hung out regularly. With school being out, you're positive she's going to come over a lot now. The two of you were the same age and got along well. She used to be really fond of Elizabeth, too. But now that your sister had become allergic to interacting with her own family, it tended to just be you and Lee who spent time together.
I feel like considering there's not a lot of kids in Sunset Bird.
Yeah.
She was your only friend who was a girl.
You weren't a girl yourself, so maybe that was why.
Yeah! Probably had, I don't know.
I'm gonna go with this one, because, just like you said, there's not many kids. But you didn't really have a lot of other friends either. Ma always said that quality was more than quantity when Elizabeth bemoaned your small social circle. You weren't sure how friendship quality was judged, but nevertheless, you thought that what you had with Lee was good. Then the shrill ringtone announced an incoming call. You jumped before grabbing the receiver and pressing it to your ear.
Hello.
Hello? Hi, Charlie, it's Lee. Oh, wait. Brian?
Shall I be?
Yes.
Lee? Hi, Charlie, it's Lee.
I'm glad it's you. For a second there, I thought it might be one of Elizabeth's friends. There was static in the end, as if Elizabeth was shifting wherever she was.
So, can you believe school's actually over? I never thought it'd be done. Now we don't have to do any of that boring stuff, and we get to hang out whenever we... Speaking of hanging out...
Lee, can you wait a second? Just let me head to my room.
Oh, yeah.
You got up from your seat at the counter. Luckily, the phone was wireless, so you didn't have to worry about any cords tying you down. Your mom set a rule about not moving the phone unless a call was in progress, which was why you'd been sat by its cradle waiting for Lee to call.
I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. No, I don't think I have. It was nice to keep everything in its proper place. But now that Lee had called, it was okay for you to go upstairs to your bedroom and talk to her. You made your way up the stairs, smiling. After you had arrived, you shut the bedroom door firmly behind you. You took a seat in your bed. Alright, I'm here.
Cool. Hey, did you know the girl down the street from me has her own... a cell phone? She doesn't have to wait for someone else to stop using it or anything.
Wow, really? The thought of someone having a phone that was all their own seemed unbelievable to you.
Right? I wish I had one too. But my parents said I couldn't get my own phone until I'm more... I wish they'd change their mind. We could call each other every single day and no one would be able to stop us. How great would that be? Yeah, middle.
Yeah. But wouldn't I still be using a home phone? My moms would be able to stop us if they wanted. Lee laughed. You didn't put a damper on her imagination.
Oh, then you have your own phone too.
That works. She shied dramatically.
I bet I'm not gonna get one until I'm all the way in college.
Squeezing the phone between your shoulder and your ear, you puffed up your pillows and made yourself more comfy. It was strange to think of a time when normal school would have been over and you had to choose whether or not to go to college. School is such a big part of your life right now. I need to check. 2 hours and 14 minutes. It feels like it's been a lot longer.
I know, right?
Ooh.
Honestly, Charlie is definitely a goody two-shoes, so I guess worked hard for your excellent grades.
Yeah. You worked about as hard as... Wait, no, that is my brain. You worked hard for your excellent grades. Every A+ you brought home was a result of concentration and diligence. You hoped that you'd be able to keep it up through high school. That would definitely get you a scholarship or something. Not too sure. I say as I cheated my way through high school. You felt a lot of pressure to... No. I need to quit getting ahead of myself.
Probably the second one.
You hope to do just as well this year, but it wouldn't be a big deal if they dropped some. You had a positive record, it wouldn't be worth to stress over every mark. Yeah. You tried to sound engaged, but your mind had decided to go back to school despite the season. Lee knew you too well to be fooled.
You sound so spacey. What's up?
Just thinking about school. Lee groaned.
Ugh. Are you thinking about how we don't have to think about it because it's summer? That's what I'm doing. Honestly, bottom one.
Yeah. Come on, it's too scary not to think about It's too scary not to think about it. No matter how much you wanted to enjoy your free time, the creeping dread of knowing that it would come to an end was always there beside you.
I get what you mean. Though, I guess school isn't all the way bad. You can do some good things there. You can just do more when school's out. Easiest way to hang out with people not in the neighborhood.
It's the easiest way to hang out with people not in the neighborhood. If I didn't go to school, I'd never meet anybody new. No one really comes here.
Well, learning new things can be cool. I don't know, I'm a fan of geometry, so.
I just wish people did okay with how they taught the things, not just some people.
Me too. Lunches.
Yep.
Lucky. Mine's boring. That's all.
But that was all. And that's pretty much everything that's good about school.
Okay, point taken. Now, I decree the topic of school is officially closed. We have to talk about this summer first before we start plotting the rest of our lives. I've got some plans already.
Ooh, tell me.
I'm gonna visit my cousins.
You chuckled, of course.
What's something you want to do? The first thing that comes to your head. Art supplies.
I've got some new art supplies. I can't wait to try them out.
Hold, sorry. I was
You're
texting my
good.
friend. I can't wait to see what you make.
Lean back in your bed, settling in as you continued chatting with your friend. Even though it hadn't been that long since you saw her, you'd be seeing her soon, you found plenty to talk about. For one, the events of the day. You sat up straighter. I was with Cove and Derek today, and we met a new kid.
Like, at your neighborhood?
His parents were visiting family, so it sounds like he'll be around for a little while. I don't know how long.
What was he like?
A bitch.
Mean.
Yeah, mean. He kept snapping when all we were doing was trying to talk to him. He just kept being rude to everyone. But especially Cove. It was awful.
I don't think I want to meet him.
You want a boy to stay away before even meeting him? That's an unexpected twist. Your cousin was pretty popular with the boys who knew her. She seemed happy enough to have them around until they started to annoy her.
Who are you to talk? Cove and Derek are always around. They're both boys, you know. Probably bottom one. Because she has a point.
You weren't able to say anything to that. Lee laughed at your silence, deeply amused. Even though you couldn't see, you shook your head at her, grinning to yourself. There was a stomping noise approaching your room, heralding the arrival of your irritated older sister. She flung the door open, a frown etched on her face.
How long are you going to hog the phone?
Glancing at your watch, you realized that your quick call had gone on much longer than anticipated. Elizabeth held out her hand, the other one lodged on her hip. She noticed the realization on your face.
Time's up. See, we could be a bitch to our sister.
Yeah.
Or we could just let her have it and, with a sigh, say goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm not ready to fight anymore. Honestly, after that fight with that kid.
Yeah. Top one?
Let's, second top.
Yeah. With a sigh, you said your goodbyes to Lee. Lee, I have to go now.
Okay, see you soon. Tell Elizabeth and your moms I said hi, too.
You barely pressed the end call button when Elizabeth whisked the handset from your fingers, and began dialing someone new as she strode out of the room. Your ma's voice called from downstairs.
Hey! Has anyone seen the phone? I'm using it!
With that, shut your door behind you. Silence was left in the wake. That was one way to end your first day of summer. Yeah, no, she is a bitch. Sometime later, it had gotten dark outside, and you laid in bed while awake. Your window rattled all of a sudden, startling you badly. You flinched, staring over at it with furrowed brows.
It's gonna be Cove.
From your vantage point, you only saw the moon and an open sky. You were
scared.
What had caused that noise? Swallowing hard, you sat up and moved closer to the window. You could only hope this wasn't a bad idea. To your utter shock, your gaze was met by a pair of familiar ocean blue eyes. Cove? You squinted. Yep, Cove was right outside your window. Your house was very angular, and some parts stuck out further than others, so so it theoretically wouldn't be hard to climb around on. Still, just because anybody could didn't mean you'd expected it to ever happen. To his credit, Cove was doing fine. His feet were braced against the section of the wall that jutted out, his arms flexing with the effort to keep him upright. He easily lifted a hand and waved at you from the other side of the glass. You hurriedly opened the window. Cove climbed over the ledge and releasing a breath once he was safely inside. He does this a lot. I will tell you that right now.
Does he really? How
yes.
Interesting. Most guys who are friends with girls don't do this unless, you know.
Well, I mean, our character's non-binary.
That's true.
Unless you want to change that in the next step.
Nah.
Okay.
Hi, Charlie. What's up, Romeo?
Is that your final answer?
Yeah.
What's up, Romeo?
I needed to talk to you. I couldn't wait until tomorrow. If I rang the doorbell, I know your moms would have answered and they'd just make me go home. I didn't really want to explain why I was coming over anyway. I don't want to talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, besides with you. I mean, but that's why I did that.
As unexpected as this was, you were touched. Cove felt like he should tell you what was wrong.
I might have tried calling or something, except my dad was on the phone.
Cove suddenly looked very cross.
Dad. He was talking to my mom. Still is, probably.
You raised your eyebrows. Cove had eavesdropped on his parents' phone conversation?
Let's not comment. No comment.
Yeah, no. You didn't comment on him eavesdropping. There were other things to talk about. Are you going to stay with your mom for a while again? Every year, Cove was sent off to live with his mom for a few weeks. When it happened, varied. Sometimes he would go during winter break, but usually he went during summer. Even though it was hard news, when you found out he was leaving you and you missed seeing him those weeks, you understood. To your surprise, however, he shook his head.
That's what I thought too, but no, that's not what they were saying. My dad asked my mom not to have me leave this year. He said she could come stay with us here.
Right. That's a little bit. You waited for him to continue. He didn't. The conversation abruptly dropped off. You couldn't help but stare at Cove. There was a complicated mix of expressions on his face. What did your mom say?
She told him she'd come. I know she's coming soon, before school starts.
Oh. You had heard Cove talk about his mom a lot over the years. He'd tell you about past memories or what happened while he was visiting her. Still, it was one thing to hear about someone and another to actually meet them. Very soon, you were going to see Cove's mom in person. You were taken aback by the news. You could only imagine how Cove felt. You looked over at him. He was pacing around your room, his features pained with dread.
Before they'd barely stay in the same room long enough. Now we're gonna be all together again. 3 of us after all this time? Just for a few weeks. I know I should probably be happy they can talk to each other now. I'm still not. I'm just confused and freaked out, and now I feel really bad for feeling this way. Charlie, it's so...
His fist tightened and his eyes became misty.
I shouldn't keep getting like this. It's been a long time already. I'm not a little kid.
Though he wouldn't meet your eyes, you knew he was waiting for you to say something.
Middle one, honestly.
I'm sorry, Cove. You know I'm here for you. The tense line of Cove's shoulders eased.
Thanks. It makes me feel a little better. I'm not freaking out for no reason.
A momentary silence fell over the two of you. You marveled at how the day started. You'd woken up eager for summer vacation, but now things seem so crazy. The mini debacle with Mr. Holden's gift, the newest addition to the neighborhood being so rude, and as if all of that wasn't enough, now Cove's mom would be living with Cove and his dad again. Your whole life was kind of like that, it seemed. Complicated and hard and different. Why couldn't things just get better with time?
Charlie?
The sound of your name, said quietly, pulled you from your thoughts. Cove gazed at you, concerned.
Are you okay?
I feel like the second to last.
Yeah.
Who, me? I'm more worried about you.
You don't have to forget about yourself for me. I want to listen to you too. Aww.
Cove grinned reassuringly.
What a gentleman.
Yes. Cove grinned reassuringly. It was small and delicate, but you knew it was genuine. He had come here, conflicted and upset, only to end up worrying about you. He really was a great friend.
You know, I don't think I want to talk anymore about this.
He looked away, his lips thinning into a line, and rubbed at his arms.
But I kind of don't want to go back home. My fucking mic. Tweak out.
You cut out there.
But I kind of don't want to go back home either. Could I stay a little longer, just doing something else?
He appeared equal parts hopeful and vulnerable. How could you possibly turn him away? I'm not sure.
Got a flashlight and some cards. You in?
I got a flashlight and some cards. Are you in? You tilted your head, waiting patiently for his answer. Cove perked up at your response, a smile appearing on his face. He immediately took a seat on your bed, not afraid to get comfortable in your room. You felt a little better at the sight somehow. You still had a lot of worries, but you were glad he was there. He was here. And not just tonight, you were glad he came into your life in the first place. That was a change you never wanted to undo. Who thought Cove would mean so much to you? You certainly hadn't in the beginning. You'd kept your distance, and so had he. Now you considered him to be one of your closest friends. You joined Cove on your bed, taking a seat across from him. He smiled at you again, but you could tell this time it was half-hearted. He was still easy to read. Though he didn't want to talk about his mom and dad, he must be thinking about what happened and what's about to happen.
Smile gently. That's what I would do.
You smiled gently at him. You had no idea how to make him feel better, though you wanted to try anyway. Hopefully your presence was helping. Conversation was stilted and broken, often by silence at first. Then both of you were able to get into your usual candor. As your secret hangout session stretched on, you thought that you truly wanted to keep having moments like this with him. You hoped a day would never come when life decided that the two of you would part ways, and you knew Cove felt the same. You opened your tired eyes, groaning as they adjusted the bright light that was streaming through your window and warming your olive skin. With a loud yawn, you rolled away from the sunlight and blinked a couple of times, clearing the sleep from your eyes before realizing that it was a start that it was actually morning. You couldn't remember even falling asleep. COVID crept through your window during the night, and the two of you spent time together, not trying to wake your parents. You must have fallen asleep while you were hanging out, but couldn't put a finger on exactly when. You wondered how late Cove had stayed before heading home. You rubbed your face and yawned again, contemplating whether you should get out of bed and get ready for the day, or stay snuggled up for a little while longer. Until your gaze landed on an instantly recognizable mop of pale green hair, and you bolted upright and gasped in surprise. He never left. he was still there in the morning.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Honestly, I'd laugh.
I'd find that funny.
I find it funny as...
You laughed out loud. He'd fallen asleep while sitting on the ground and precariously leaning his head on the side of your mattress. With your laugh, Cove's eyes snapped open and his head slipped from its source of support. He didn't stop going down until he smacked right into the floor with a crack. Oh, buddy. You good? You clamped a hand over your mouth and looked down at him with wide eyes, curled up where he landed rather ungracefully.
Ow. Are you okay? With a crack?
You winced at his tumble, hoping? Okay. Hoping no one else in the house had heard either of your outbursts.
Yeah, alright.
Cove rubbed his forehead a little, and you weren't sure what that was entirely true. If either of your moms found out Cove had slept here last night, the two of you would be in big trouble. Cove blinked at you a couple times, his eyes growing in panic, as some thought that only he could hear settled in his mind.
Oh my god, I fell asleep!
You weren't exactly sure what to do as you watched Cove pace your room, looking around frantically. Cove stopped mid-step, and you wanted to ask what he had been searching for, but you guessed he wouldn't know the answer for that himself. Despite that, he still hadn't calmed down completely. The atmosphere was still frazzled.
We're gonna be in so much trouble.
Yep. You could feel your throat grow tight and the air struggle to hit your lungs as you thought about all the possible punishments your parents might give you. Okay, brain. Summer was just beginning. You couldn't imagine having to stay cooped up in your house for the rest of it. That was just barbaric. Letting out a heavy sigh, he ran a hand through his hair in exasperation. He couldn't look at you again as he spoke.
I'll see you later.
You were confused by how all of this had played out, but hoped that was true. Right. Bye, Cove. After that, he glanced at you once more. The expression was placid. In all the panic, he had stopped ever so briefly by a moment of clarity.
Thanks again. You're a good friend, Charlie.
He firmly whispered the words there was no room to doubt he meant it. But he turned away from you before you had a chance to respond or even fully react. In a matter of seconds, he had climbed over your bed and opened the window. A cool breeze rolled off the ocean, fluttering through Cove's hair and filling your room with its salty scent. Cole stepped fearlessly out onto the ledge. What do we do?
Wish him luck.
You wished him luck. Good luck. Be super careful. You weren't sure if he had heard you or not, but he kept going along, one foot in front of the other with increasing speed until his form disappeared out of sight. You stuck your head at the window as far as it could go to try keeping watch. He walked the full length of the ledge before jumping down to the top of the garage, then lowering himself onto the fence. From there, he finally dropped down to the ground. He threw a thumbs up at his successful climb. He ran off towards his house without stopping, disappearing behind the side of another building. You had to admit that you were pretty impressed with how doable he made that look. With a little sigh, you reclosed your window, deciding there was nothing more you could do. You hopped off your bed and got ready to head downstairs for the day.
Slippers.
You put on your slippers. You knew it was summer, but your slippers were comfy and cozy and made you feel better whenever you wore them. You took the stairs, slowly attempting to mask your face in a look of innocence. You were sure that someone would have come into your room if they had heard anything strange, but you couldn't be too careful. You had to play it cool. When you stepped into the living room, Elizabeth was there, tapping her finger on the counter. Please, can you fuck off? We already dealt with you enough yesterday, ma'am.
Time to bring out the bratty voice.
Yep.
Oh, that was actually a really nice crack with my finger.
Good morning, Elizabeth. She looked you over immediately, her eyes squinting at the greeting.
Why are you being so weird?
You hadn't even done anything. Your big sister never missed a beat, unfortunately. You turned and offered a tight smile, and her lips pursed together even tighter.
Charlie? Wouldn't you like to know?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I would. That's actually why I asked.
You shrugged non-committally, determined not to tell her a thing. Further suspicious squinting occurred as she waited for something. But ultimately she rolled her eyes and you weren't sure if you were in trouble or not. She didn't seem to care enough to dig any further.
Whatever.
And then she walked straight out the front door, letting it slam shut behind her, and you let out a brief sigh. Elizabeth went out most days to hang out with her friends from school around town. Today you were extra glad for it, though you were also grateful she hadn't left the house any sooner and risked running into Cove. It looked like you were getting away with that. Breakfast was eaten in peace, and your moms were both out by the time you had gotten up. Thank fucking God. They had left you a serving of food from the breakfast they had made. Hash browns, an omelet, fruit salad, and there were a few sausage links.
Yummy.
Hash browns are fucking good. An omelet, yes! An omelet sounds fucking amazing. Not really sure about the fruit salad. And I don't like sausage links. They're disgusting. Then again, I have no spice tolerance. I feel like those would be spicy.
I like, probably not if it's a breakfast sausage. So
I also just can't handle fucking pepper, so
I can. I love spicy things.
I have no spice tolerance whatsoever. It would kill me.
I love sausage, but I don't really like sausage, like breakfast sausage. I don't really like omelets either. I would much prefer scrambled eggs. However, I will have as much hash browns as ever with ketchup drizzled over. Mwah. And I will definitely, well, actually, it depends on the fruit salad. My granny makes really good fruit salad. So if it's like that fruit salad, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Took a little bit of everything.
Yeah. It was tasty. You appreciated that there was a variety in the meals your mom's made. Speaking of meat, I actually need to get more fucking protein because I did blood work last time I was at the doctor's and my levels were quite low, like very low.
With ketchup? Oh no! What do you mean? Hash browns with ketchup is good.
Dude, that's amazing. What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
What are you on about, Justin?
Sir.
Hell no.
Sir. Are you good? I feel like you're insane, now that you've said that. I feel like you're insane. And that's saying something coming from me. Oh, good.
Hash brown with ketchup nasty is what I just got in DM.
Jesus. Okay.
Oh, hey, look. Kira!
Perfect timing. Tell the bot to get out. Or if that's no, it's a bot, actually.
I think it was actually towards the bot anyways, so.
Good. It better have been. The day lazily drifted by at home, and eventually your parents returned. You pulled open the fridge again, lingering in the frosty air for a moment or two before grabbing a bottle of ice-cold water and taking a long drink. It was a perfect balmy summer afternoon, and you decided to head outdoors and find something to do. You hadn't decided what that something was just yet, but you were sure something would pop up to occupy your time. As you were heading out the front door, you paused for a moment. You hadn't seen Cove since he had left this morning. You couldn't help but think about what had happened to him. Would it be bad to go over to his house right now, or to call him, to call him to check in? God.
Ooh, okay, that was like, what, 5? We're gonna say 5.
I'd say so. How much now?
71.
Good God, I'm not making it any better. You stepped out of your house, still stuck in an internal debate with yourself when a voice caught your attention. I'm gonna skip ahead, see who the fuck this is. Oh! Hello!
Is this the mom?
Yeah!
Alright, I guess I'll voice. Wait, no, actually.
No. You're Cliff and Cove. I'll do her.
Okay.
I got you. Hi, Charlie. Confused, you looked over where an unrecognizable woman was waving at you, a friendly smile plastered on her face. You racked your memory You racked your memory from where you might have seen her before, but nothing came to mind. Not your school, not from the country club your moms took you to. You had absolutely no idea who this woman was. The woman crossed the road towards you, and you were a little unsure whether you should stay put or go back into the house and lock the door. Oops, I'm sorry. Was that presumptuous? I've heard about you, but you have no idea who I am, do you? You shook your eyes and she removed her sunglasses to reveal sparkly ocean blue eyes. All of a sudden, she seemed a little more familiar. My son lives here. My ex too.
The green hair is throwing me off,
Mm-hmm.
but she looks oddly like Hyuna from Alien Stage.
I'm gonna act like I know what the fuck that is.
Moth!
Hmm.
Moth is simping for this girl.
Oh god. Okay, so Toby simps for Cliff and Moth simps for
whatever her name is.
I think her name is Kayla. I'm not too sure. With a bent smile, she lifted a hand to point at the condo across the street from your own house. She was Cove's mom. You didn't know why you hadn't realized sooner, now that you'd gotten a good look at her.
She seemed nice.
Better than fucking Cliff!
Bribed us with $20.
As an 8-year-old to be his son's friend. You'll see that in episode 1, and oh my god, it's bizarre as hell.
Yeah.
She seemed nice. Her attitude was friendly, and it seemed like she was genuinely happy to meet you. No matter your thoughts on her, you still felt taken aback that she had appeared here so suddenly. Cove mentioned she was coming, but you hadn't got the impression it would be the very next day. She extended a hand, this time for you to take, and you studied the manicured fingers in front of your face and the assortment of bracelets that dangled from her wrist. Kyra! Okay, I was gonna say
Kira.
Kayla. What?
Kira. It's very likely
Right.
It's Kira.
My brain. I'm Kira Priest. You can call me Kira.
We'll shake her hand.
Yeah, she's at least better than her ex-husband. You shook her hand. You reached out and took her hand, and she shook yours firmly, grinning wide. I'm Charlie, but you already know that. That I do. Cope's mentioned you to me before. It's nice to finally officially meet you, Charlie. Cove talked about you to his mom. He hadn't mentioned how he said things about you to her.
What has Cove said about me?
What has he said? What
Yeah.
What has Cove said about me? Oh, I can't tell you that. I've already said too much.
Okay.
Ma'am?
Damn.
Ma'am? What? Okay. She laughed good-naturedly. You couldn't be happy about that answer, though. Hello, Cliff. Hello, Cove? Cliff? What the fuck am I saying? God. The sound of a door opening and closing caught both your attentions, and when you turned towards the sound, it was to find Cove exiting his house, his eyes skimming the ground. Considering just how tall he had grown, you kind of figured his mom also would have been tall, but she was much more on the short side for an adult anyway. Cove's height must have come from his father. There you are. I thought you were going to keep me standing out here all day. You tried to catch Cove's eye as he walked towards you, but his gaze was firmly fixed on the sidewalk. When he finally crossed the road and looked up, he gave you a pitiful look. After the way he had acted last night, you knew he must be feeling pretty mixed up about this. You tried to wordlessly express that you understood. Cove and I are headed into town to grab something to eat while the snores at work. Damn, okay.
Damn.
Kyra beamed at Cove and ruffled his hair, which only seemed to upset him more. You assumed the snore she was talking about was Mr. Holden. Hey, you should come with us, Charlie. I'd love to get to know you better.
Yeah, you should come. He's pleading for us to go, isn't he?
There was a pleading tone that you couldn't miss. Of course, we'll run it by
Please come with.
Of course, we'll run it by your parents first, responsibility and all that. It'll give me an excuse to meet them, which I need to do at some point. It's important to be neighborly if I'm going to be roosting on the street for the time being. Anywhoosies, let's go. Kyra walked ahead towards your house, and you hung back with Cove, who crinkled his nose as he watched her.
It's Kira.
Ah.
I'm sorry about her, but I really do want you to come. I don't want it to be just the two of us. Not right now.
You leaned in closer and whispered, while checking around for anyone who might hear. What happened? Did your dad know you were gone? Cove shook his head and sighed heavily.
Dad was so focused on Mom showing up that he didn't even notice. I thought when I heard them on the phone last night that it was something they were planning for the future.
Hold up, was checking notifications on Discord.
It's fine. Moth, stop being a simp.
What's Moth saying? Okay, hold on. Go ahead and say your lines, though.
Okay. This morning, Dad said it was supposed to be a surprise, and I guess I was surprised. She's gonna be here all summer. All summer?
Jesus Christ. Why are you retching at that?
Okay, if your parents are divorced, right?
Yeah.
And you are not exactly happy for your parents to be in the same house.
Mm-hmm.
The whole summer? That's 2.5-ish months.
Yeah.
That you gotta deal with them in the same house.
Yeah,
together.
I understand that now.
Uh-huh.
Oh. You were surprised to hear that too. Cove sighed again, even heavier. I'll go with you if you really want me to. He smiled, his shoulders relaxing a little bit in relief.
Thanks. That'd be cool.
We have another hour, unless we can go further, but I
Yeah.
don't really want to edit more than I have to.
No.
But I have 8 hours.
And honestly, low-key, want to take a nap.
That's understandable. The two of you headed over to where Cove's mom had just knocked on your front door and stood behind her. Mom answered the door after a minute, her eyebrows lifting in surprise at the group she had found in front of her. You realized that, like you, she had no idea that it was Cove's mom who was hanging out with you. However, after blinking at the woman a couple of times and looking between her and Cove, the realization seemed to strike her. Hello there, I'm Pamela. I've seen you met my kid Charlie. I'm guessing you've already known Cove for a while. Kyra laughed, and you and Cove exchanged looks at your parents' weird sense of humor.
Kira.
I'm Kira Priest, Cove's mom. It's so nice to meet you. A head of purple-brown hair caught your eye as Ma popped up behind Mom, squeezing herself in beside her.
We have company. I was wondering what all the...
Why does she look psycho?
She's always psycho.
Uh-huh. She grinned excitedly at Kira. The two of them introduced themselves and shook hands.
Hi, Charlie. Cove.
Cove, fucking hell. Cove smiled at Ma shyly, and she gestured a hand towards the living room.
There's no use hanging around in the doorway. Why don't you come in?
I'd love to, but I promised to take my son out to eat, and I wouldn't want to hold you up with a surprise visit. That's 2 or 3. 2, probably.
Oh, I understand. You're welcome to stop by anytime.
Of course she is, 'cause she'll be here all summer.
Yay.
I'll take you up on the offer when I can. Count on it. Would you mind if Charlie went with Cove and I? My treat. We won't be driving, just a quick walk down the road. Sure, that sounds nice.
I hope you all have fun.
You gave your moms a look and they smiled at you fondly.
I mean, I'd be kind of annoyed, but at the same time...
I think I'd be more happy that they're just letting us go without any complaints or questions.
That way we can also make sure Cove doesn't feel too...
Yeah.
Out of place.
You were happy they were letting you go. You could tell that Cove really needed the support, and you were ready to be there for him. Marvelous. Expect us back in an hour or 2.
We look forward to seeing you again. Take care.
We could stop here if you want, because I feel like this would be a good stopping point.
Probably, yeah.
Alright. And I'm going to save. Put that there. And
Yay!
There we go. So, Moth and Justin, I believe.
Yep.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay.
It's just...
We will see you both next Sunday, if everything goes according to plan. But yeah.
Lock in.
Yeah, I know.
Lock the in.
I need you.
Also heads up for next Sunday, we are like
I cursed you.
We did install a DLC, so we are going to back to the before summer ended section and do all of the other little small details that was in that DLC. So,
and if you want, we could continue doing that, unless you would like to just do all of them in one go. It's up to you, really. I don't mind either way.
Probably maybe do 2 like we did this past time, and then just do the 1.
Alright. That's understandable. Okay, we're gonna end it here. Bye, chat.
Yep. Bye! Have a good Sunday!